Hey friends, I am back. Phone call over. Didn't take long, did it? It's a little blurry there. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Okay, so right now you are trying to think of a rectangle that is going to have 20 square units and have a different perimeter than and different lengths than 4 times 5. You can't use that anymore. Nope. So what else do you know that can equal 20? Think about that. Pause it if you need to. I really would like you to think of things you can multiply to make 20. There's not too many of them out there. Maybe some of you are saying, oh, we keep doing that like 1 times 20. That could work. You bet it could. You bet. So if you chose 1 times 20 or 20 times 1, awesome. I don't know if there's 20 squares here though. I bet there might be. But I'm thinking of something else that equals 20, and that is 2 times 10. Okay, 2 times 10. All right. So let's do 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you can't do 20. Haha. If you chose that, you could certainly find the perimeter for that and had some boxes, I suppose. But right now we only have 10 plus 4, 14 boxes. So you need 6 more boxes. I'd let you do that. Instead, let's do 2 times 10. Okay. We know it's going to have 20 square units. Let's find the perimeter for both of these. Alrighty. Some of you can already just take that and say, oh, I know I need 2 of these and 2 of these, and that's how I'll find the perimeter. Let's write it out, though, for our friends who are not there yet. Okay, I know. Gosh, you know I love 10s. 5 and 5. That's a 10. And then I have 4 and 4. If you need to count that, go for it. Otherwise, hopefully you're learning your doubles well enough that you know that 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 plus 8 equals, 8 plus 10 equals 18 units. Not square units anymore, just units. Okay, let's find the area of, the perimeter of this rectangle. I've got 2 and 2 and 10 and 10. So that's 2 plus 10 and plus 2 plus 10. Gosh, I wish that corner was not so blurry. That's a little better. If you're like me, 10 and 10, I know that is 20. Add the 2 and the 2, which is 4. 24 units. So we're going to circle the one, which one has a greater perimeter, the bigger perimeter. That's going to be this one at 24 units. Again, every time we do this, it's the ones that are longer and stretched out that have a greater perimeter. The more compact or scrunched in have less. Okay, let's move on. We're getting there, friends. Getting there. Okay. Cat. I'll keep that because I'm Katrina. Cat drew 2 different rectangles, each with a perimeter of 10 units. Okay. Do these rectangles have the same area? So, halt. Forgot we switched what we're doing. Now we have the same perimeter with a different area. So, just going back, making sure you understand area and perimeter. So here, the length is 4 units. The width is 1 unit. Area, 4 square units because it's 1 times 4. 4 times 1. Length, units, width. Okay, 3 and 2. Length times width. 2 times 3, 6. Rectangles with the same area can have different perimeters. We know that. We were just doing that. Okay, both rectangles on the right have the same perimeter of 14 units. Write the area of each on the table. So here we go. This even goes faster for us. Length times width. 6 times 1, 6 square units. Next, length times width for area. You can see length, width, area, perimeter. 5 times 2, figure it out, 10. Okay, 2. Draw a different rectangle that has a perimeter of 14 units. Write the length and width and area in the table. Okay, it has to have a perimeter of 14 units. Got it? So what plus what plus what plus what could equal 14. Alrighty. So think of things that can add up to equal 14. Go ahead and pause this, please, while you think of something. Okay, so I'm just going to go with six and 1. And I'll show you why. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1. So if you did anything else that's a rectangle that equals 14, then absolutely correct. So my length is 1, and my width is 6. Okay, 1 times 6, 6. Let's add this up to double check that it has a perimeter of 14. So if I have 6 here and 6 here, 6 plus 6, okay, 12. Then there's 1 unit here and 1 unit here. So 12, 13, 14. Again, anyone that you drew, that blurry spot, anyone that you drew that adds up to 14 is a go. And this one has an area of 6 square units. I wonder if you found one that was more compact. Okay. Number 3. Which rectangle has the greatest area? Show your work. So you have 3 rectangles to choose from. You are going to need to find the area of each of these rectangles. Let's do it. Length times width. 3 times 6. Okay, so you could do 6 3 times or 3 6 times. Let's do 3 6 times. 3, 6, 9, and 12, 15, 18. Okay, so 3 times 6 equals 18. And I'll just put A by there. B. 5 times 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. C. 5 times 4. 5, 10, 15, 20. 5 times 4 equals 20. So which has the greatest area? That would be B. B. 25, and what was that? Units. And we're talking about area, so it's square units. I know that's confusing to go back and forth, but we're doing it. Because we are that good. Okay, number 4. Which rectangles have the same perimeter? Show your work. Okay, let's count the distance around, friends. That's perimeter. That's the name of the game here. Okay, so if this is 6, this has to be, yes, okay, if this is 3, this is, you got it. So I have 6 plus 6 plus 3 plus 3. So A equals 6 plus 6 plus 3 plus 3. If you have figured out ways to do this more quickly, that is wonderful. So me, I know 3 and 3 equals 6. And then I have 6, 6, and 6. So I just do 6 times 3. Okay, does that make sense? If not, then just add it up. Take a moment and do that, please. Count your 6s 3 times. 6, 12, 18. 18 units. B. Okay, this is 5. What a perfect square here. 5 and 5 and 5 and 5. So really, so if you wrote it out, it would be 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5, which is silly because we could just do 5 times 4. Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20. 20 units. On to C. So this is 5, this is 5, this is 4, this is 4. You got it. Who loves tens? You know I do. We've got 5 and 5, which make a 10. I'm going to write it out because, just because. Okay. 5 plus 5, which I know equals 10. And 4 and 4, which equals 8. So now I have 10 plus 8, 18 units. So which one have the same perimeter? Well, that would be A and B. A and B. Number 5. Draw a rectangle that has the same perimeter as rectangle A. Let's see, that was 18 units, correct? Okay. Use different side lengths than the ones in rectangle A, B, or C. Oh man. Write the length, width, and area of your rectangle. Who do they think we are? Smart people? Yes, they do. You are. So you need to pause this video and try this. So let me tell you again what you're doing. You're making a rectangle. It has to have 18. Okay? 18 when you add the perimeter together. So blank plus blank plus blank plus blank equals 18. Another way, I don't want to get too confusing for you, but I'm going to 2 times blank plus 2 times blank will equal, can you see that? It's really in the corner. I'm going to write it up here. I apologize. Or down here. Will equal 18. Okay. So what two numbers, if you add them together, could equal 18? And it can't be any of these. So pause that. Give it some time. Okay. Hopefully you have paused and tried to do this on your own. I'm going to just pick a number that I will be able to add on to. So I know that 7 times 2 equals 14. Okie doke. Ew, I can't draw that there, can I? Well, let's do this. So 7 times 2 equals 14. So how many more do I need to get to 18? 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, so what times 2 equals 4? Because that's how many more I needed. So 2 times what equals 4? Well, how many 2's go into 4? 2, 4. So 2 times 2. Okay. So what I'm going to do, the length is the up and down. So I can't do the 7 there, can I? But I can do my 2. So I have a length of 2. 1, 2. A width of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and an area. So this was 7 and this was 2, right? Length times width. 2 times 7, 14. And I'm going to make it easy for you. You can do a little kind of triangle there and write units for this one. I'll let you cheat a little bit. You've been working hard. I'm wondering what ones you found. Very interested. I wish I was there with you. Next week, I think we're going to try doing lessons, have some on video where you can do it live with me. That'll be fun. Find the lengths and widths of 2 different rectangles that have a perimeter of 20 units. Then find and compare their areas. Okay, don't turn your brain off. This is not, we can pick this apart. Okay, so we're going to find the length and width of 2 different rectangles that have a perimeter of 20 units. Let's start with that, okay? So think of what could equal 20. So think of it like this. 2 times blank plus 2 times blank equals 20. So how can you make 20? Please pause this. So you're going to do that 2 times. You can do this. It's just like Prodigy. Just start plugging numbers in, kids. Get not something times 2 that's not quite 20. Okay? Because then you'll need to do 2 times something else to get to 20. So I'm going to give you an example of what I'm talking about first, and then we'll see how you do. So if I want to get somewhere kind of close to 20, I'm going to say, what's an even number that I could choose? Well, I'm just going to try 6. 6 times 2, okay, which equals 12. How many more do I need to get to 20? Okay, some of you can do that math right in your head. Some of you need to set it up to see how much is left over. Can't do that. Borrow here. 10 minus 2, 8. Okay, so the leftover, I have 12. That's made 12. So 8. What times 2 equals 8? How many 2's go into 8? 8 divided by 2. 2, 4, 6, 8. So that's a 4. And that would equal 8. Okay, so that, the different lengths, sides and lengths, 12 and 8. Or excuse me, together that makes a perimeter of 20. So your length is 6 and your width is 4. So I want to backtrack a little bit in case I lost some of you. The reason why I multiplied by 2 is because there are 2 sides to a rectangle. So if I had 2 sides that were 6 and 2 sides that were 4, hi Nora.
Can I have a chance?
No, wait till I'm done with this. Nora, do you want to find a possibility for we need to make a rectangle with a perimeter of 20?
What could do 10 on make a rectangle? I would say square though.
Nope, it has to be well, a square is a rectangle. So 2 different rectangles. So sure. Go.
So do 10 on each side.
So 10 on each side?
Yeah. Wait, how many were there?
So the perimeter is distance around and you're trying to get to 20. So how many should be on each side?
Then 5.
5 on each side?
Because I thought you said 40.
So Nora knows that 2 times 5 is 10 plus 2 times 5. Okay, so that makes a length and a width. So length of 5, width of 5. So now let's find area. 6 times 4. What's 6 times 4, Nora?
6 times 4. 28. Wait, no, 24.
24. Did you count by 6s to get that, or just remember it?
Yeah.
Counted by
I didn't
6s?
count by 6s. I just did. Since 6 plus 6 is 12, 12 plus 12 is 24.
Oh, great strategy. I like that.
that.
Yeah, nope, that's perfect. And then 5 times 5? What is it, Lou?
5 times 5? Oh, 25.
25. 25. And then this would be, I'm going to write it below here because I'm at the end of my book, but you would write square units. Okay. I'm going to pause this video and we're going to do connect area and perimeter, and that is our last couple pages, friends, and it'll go by pretty quickly.